many chairs are you sitting on right now? Are you all in on the chair? You put on one pair of glasses, you've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. Like, you're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? You know? Do you take a different way? You get on one airplane? Are you convicted? You put your entire family in the one airplane? Aren't you afraid? When you use knives, do you have copper knives, wooden knives, steel knives, aluminum knives, rubber band knives, diamond knives because you're afraid to commit to the right knife? So my point really is, ultimately, if you're a rational individual, it's a tool.
Around, choose your own ground. How you live, how you fly, smiles you'll give and tears you'll cry. All you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. Run, rabbit, run. Dig that hole, get the sun. When at last the work is done, rounds it down, it's time to dig another one.
Yeah, that's a cash talk. I fuck on your baby mama. I fuck on your baby mama. Bitch, let's fuck on your baby mama. Yo, I wanna fuck on your baby mama. So here from your baby mama. I need some bread from your baby mama. They here from your baby mama. I need me some bread from your baby mama. Lil' mama, she wet like a ball. 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 Lil' mama, she ready for walls. She ready for dick in her ass and her throat. Lil' mama, she wet for the faculty. Lil' mama, she ready, she after me. Gon' do it. Gon' do it, gon' do it. They way too influenced. I do it. I do it on the gold on the motherfucking mirror. I do it. I don't want no president, but I got poor. I do it. The only thing I see is red like a bull.
They can't do it like this, like me. Gotta copy the trend like they me. And I wanted at this, I did it. I just said I can listen. Got all these racks, I did it, bitch. I went by the crib, I did it, the bitch. You know the fuck that we are, bitch. They can't even fuck with the God. They can't even fuck with the kid. They can't even fuck with the world. I didn't even know that existed. I'm talking about the damage. From the drug to the life. From the love, dreams. From the above to the life. They bug me, dreams.
Yo, they can't do it like this, like me. What the fuck is good, man? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. And it's so good to see so many beautiful faces with, oh, I just saw a YouTube recommendation. I know what I'm about to play tomorrow, by the way. Oh my, I know what I'm about to play. I know what I'm about to play tomorrow, by the way. Should I give you a little teaser? No! stream. Welcome back to the fucking stream. It is so good to see so many. Why is my mic kind of quiet? Yo, 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 yo. It's so good to see so many beautiful faces back here on this beautiful Tuesday. It is so good to see you. It is so good to see you. It is so good. Huh. I don't really know what is going on with the mic being so quiet. Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. It should be good. It should be good. All right. All right. All right. It's a big day today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. Okay. How did Wavy 80 know? Come on, bro. Wavy 80 knows everything. Wavy 80 is my music guy. It's my music guy and my my cards guy, I guess. My Take-Two Interactive fellow. That's my music guy, though. We have a lot to talk about today. Okay. First and foremost, we had a big break yesterday. We ripped 80K into $81,000 BTC. We're back down 78.9 right now, but I'm gonna be honest, it looks really, really, really good. We had this wild article come out that we're actually gonna read. We're doing a lot of macro right now, but I think this, from what little I know about macro, is a pretty influential intern. Thank you for the gifted. Retake intern. Thank you for the gifted. From what I understand, this is like a pretty important precedent for the future of like America as we know it. The debasement narrative is getting pretty fucking strong. So we're gonna do the Druckenmiller article, which is wild. We're gonna learn about Zimbabwe for a minute because I keep making Zimbabwe jokes, but I know nothing about it, and I just did a little reading. It's fucking insane what has happened over there. So we're gonna do some macro stuff. We're gonna do some Zimbabwe stuff. We're gonna do stock market open, which is an important week of stock market open. In particular, we have NVDA earnings tomorrow. It matters. It's big. It's like, it's actually huge. I don't know what it's going to mean for crypto exactly, but it's going to mean a lot for the future of stocks. Absurd. Thanks for the gifted. So we're going to cover Zimbabwe. We're going to cover that. There's this crazy thing going on in South Korea. Anthropic is losing their fucking minds, by the way. We're going to talk about that. And then obviously we have a lot of crypto stuff. Like I'm kind of just, I want to get some guests on, but I'm kind of just like, it's solo right now. I'm trading fucking great. The market is hot. I'm solo right now. Like I just like want to, maybe this week and then we'll see. I just like being solo right now. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm liking it right now. My P&L, I sent Flood my Hyperliquid wallet. I said meet you at 10 mil, by the way. So maybe we'll start looking at my daily P&L. But I like solo right now. I'm having fun. So we're gonna do a lot of crypto. I told him, I said I'll meet you at 10M, Flood. Send him the wallet. There's a lot of crypto stuff to cover. Robinhood chain is on fucking fire. Yo, let suit fly. Thank you, bro. I feel like I gotta get the mic out of the way. It like fucks up my like chest flow. Also, Ansem, what's good, bro? Robinhood chain is on fire right now. Cash Cat broke 215 maybe last night at one point. Bitcoin ripped 81 and is sort of chilling right now. The mic is sort of like a tie in the way. And there's a lot to cover. So a lot of topics. Stock market open, I think matters, but like macro matters right now. It's pretty interesting. First person in my bloodline to say I'm fascinated with the bond market right now. Definitely the first person in my bloodline to say that. Definitely. So, all right. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. We have a lot to get through today. Let us start with a little roll call, baby. What's good? Who's here? Wavy, what's good? Anson, what's good? Do you have any gold? No, I don't. Wait, give them a second to spam before I ask you another question. Malcolm, what's good? King, what's good? Greg, what's good? Doyle Brunson, what is good? Imagine. What shampoo do you use? I shampoo my hair once a week max at this stage. I stopped. It was making my hair nasty. Johnny, what's good? Deadpan, first chatter. Welcome, brother. Rectal Glizzy, what's good? Strategist, first chatter. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Retake intern, what's good? Message Tulip King. Reply to one of his tweets on the DMs. I'm gonna be rough on the DMs. Autistic Clips, what's good? I do remember you, brother. What's good? Butler, what's good? Two, what's good? All right, I do not own any. Also, YouTube, Twitter, if you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Our stream numbers are gross right now. Our stream numbers, by the way, we had our biggest without an Ansem link tweet, like without Ansem tweeting the Twitch. I think we had our biggest solo stream ever yesterday. Just like casually, like it wasn't even like some crazy like seminal moment either. It was pretty casual. It was just like whatever. 350 live or whatever. I mean, like double. Like we basically had double live viewers yesterday. just because the market's hot again. Like they're not stock guys. Okay, they're really not stock guys. So we've been doing this every day for a year. So it is. This is so cool. I think shit like this is so cool. By the way, Tulip King for the DMs. Life changing blessed. It's a flood gifted sub. Crypto Squad is waking up from the slumber. So no, I do not have any gold, Mr. Ansem. I do not have gold. I was actually, this price action yesterday was pretty wild to watch after the Druck. I know we kind of pulled back, but on the Druck, let me see. Bitcoin Gold. I guess I pulled back a little bit. I was watching. I know it's 15-minute, but I was watching this and thinking to myself, "Oh my god!" But I like gold. I like the whole debasement trade right now. I think gold looks pretty fucking good. But I have a lot of BTC right now. I feel like gold is a trade for this bond shit going on. Yeah, I mean, it seems like BTC is too, right? I mean, if you look at this chart on BTC and we look at Besant 4B, let me find the actual tweet. From where he announced this, I mean, this is pretty crazy. Like, from where this got announced, I mean, look, it's like, I mean, look at it. It's like, I mean, it's not. I mean, this 4-hour chart, it's nuts. It's like the bottom tick of this. It's crazy. U.S. Treasury to increase long-dated buyback cap to at least $4 billion. Statement: the U.S. Department of the Treasury will at least double the maximum size of its liquidity to support buyback operations for longer. I mean, it popped right on this. And then if you look at like this chart on the Druck tweet, which came last night, this was right. Let's see. It was right here at like 78, and they gave us like a pop over 81. So it's hard. It's hard to tell for me, like when you look in the macro environment, like a high time frame environment on an asset or an asset class. It's hard for me to pinpoint exactly what the reason is for why we've gone up or down, and in some ways it might be impossible. Like, is it because the debasement narrative and controlling the yield curve? Is it because it was just like time? Were we just bottomed? Like, did buyers just step in coincidentally? Did Ansem just like force a bottom on chain? Is it like the social trading stuff that like sparked this little eco? Like, unclear what it is. Luke, what are you doing? 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 Luke, what are you doing on my computer? What are you doing? Anyways, unclear what exactly it is. Can you go full cam for a sec? Yeah, I can. Unclear exactly what that is, but the timing of it is pretty nuts. And then you look at, we're going to read it in a second, which is the Druckenmiller announcement yesterday. But I got to give Luke a second on full cam. But Druck basically comes out and tells his boy, Scott Besant, like his dog, his like lifelong homie, he's a complete retard for what he's about to do. And the announcement in the article seems so, it feels substantial because he's only coming out and publicly dragging his, this is like Jordan calling Pippen retarded. Yeah. He's only coming out and dragging his boy if he knows in the back of his mind the intervention is going to be massive. He's not doing it over 4B, right? He's doing it over, I've heard in the back channels, this is going to have severe implications. Like, he's only doing it if he feels like this is a big problem, in my opinion. And so it creates this weird precedent 100% where you kind of have to take him at his word a little bit. It doesn't help that the article is like complete AI slop, which I have a lot of mixed feelings on. Luke, you got to lock in, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I need this computer. It does not help that it's complete AI slop. That is not helpful The whole article is like, it's not this, it's that. By the way, one more topic real quick is that I don't know how much YouTube you guys watch, but there is a complete AI slop epidemic on YouTube scripts. It has gotten so bad on the average YouTube video that if you do not know who the creator is and who the YouTuber is, it is like guaranteed to be AI slop, and it's unlistenable. It is completely unlistenable. It has gotten so fucking bad that I honestly only want to watch live streams that are cut up. There's a epidemic of AI slop, and I don't entirely know what to make of it, but it's gotten really bad. All right, let's bang a couple topics through. What do you mean show example? I mean, dude, it's like my favorite YouTubers have just become like Casual Finance was one of my favorite YouTubers, and his whole feed now is just complete AI slop. Like,
the only evidence that America spent its own money holding up Japan's economy is a photograph of a handwritten to-do.
I don't want to really listen to it. We'll get through it, but it's bad. Every video is bad. I was watching this this Power World video the other day, like this Power World review, and I'm like, man, he's just it's not this, it's that. It's like strong statement, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Like it just has the format. It has the format. It's insufferable. It's insufferable. Anyways, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy, and let's get into some topics. First and foremost, update on the CyberLeak Take-Two situation is Take-Two's Twitter X Corp subpoena for CyberLeak was approved by a New York district court. Take-Two has also executed the subpoena in the Microsoft case to gain access to a OneDrive account, which is OneDrive is nuts. Many thanks to Detective Seeds Zero for keeping tabs on Pacer and grabbing the documents. And so Twitter's cooperating, I guess, they suspended the account. Wow, they suspended the account. Guy got suspended on Twitter, suspended the account, and they're going after him like really, really, really fucking hard. The account was never real confirmed. What do you mean? I guess we'll see what happens on this. The coin kind of got popped a little bit. It's not a 12 mil. It was as high as 25. Oh, the account was never real. And I know for a fact that shout out to Min, absolutely binked this fucking. I fumbled this trade so bad. Bro, I fumbled this trade so bad. But Min fucking binked this trade. I think he posted a P&L, actually. Yeah, he did. Binked it for 390 fucking bands. 390, bro. Bink. Bink, 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 bink. He's up 290 right now. Yeah, I don't know how much he sold. I think he sold like at least the 40, 50K back. But this was a smacker. So shout out to Min on this. Always be selling it. He only sold initials. Okay, he's only sold 40K. Unrealized, he's up like 290 right now. But on chain right now is it could get so nuts. You think Sol could hit 150 this year, this cycle? I mean, bro, Sol could hit 150 like. I'm not a huge Sol bull right now, I'm gonna be honest, but Sol could hit 150 like in a week. I mean, it could hit it like this week, really. It can hit it like in a week. You know, it's like this year. It can hit it in a week. It really could. It really could. All of the Zach could be $1,500 in like a week. It could. It just could. And so there's nothing to be left off the table here right now. All right, let's just skip all these topics and go right to Stanley Druckenmiller, because I think it's important, and I think it's important that even though there's other stuff that's hot, we have to like cover these topics so we can come back to them and we can reference them later. All right. Thoughts on Zach ETF in 1 hour? I don't have much. Oh, DNAP, they rugged me on the Wall Street Journal. I thought I was signed into this. Hold on. They rugged me on this. I've run out of free articles. Oh, they made it paid. I thought I have. Damn, I actually really want to read this though. I'm sure I can find the whole thing. Hold on, give me a second. I really want to read this. Damn, the Wall Street Journal, bro. You guys fucking whack. I have the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. Send it. My gosh, I just pay for it. I thought I have a subscription. $2 a week? Wall Street Journal. Oh my god. I thought I had a sub. DNAP, you have one? Bro paid for more AI slop. I know. It's like you're gonna make me pay for this fucking AI slop, dude. It just is important though, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get on. Give me a minute. Use remove paywall. I don't know what that is. Hold on. That's super, 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 super annoying. I don't even have, cause I don't have my wallet here. Let me see if I can do it with PayPal. Hold on. Hold on. Stand by. I think it's worth it. If we can't, we'll just read the tweets about it, but I think it's worth it. Never mind. No, you don't. Damn, really? Let me try PayPal, see if it works. Hold on. I can't believe I'm buying the Wall Street. Chat, you have a Wall Street Journal subscription? Get a code. I'm just like never gonna use this. EH7. Nah, fuck no. I don't really subscribe to much. I subscribe to the Financial Times. I don't use it, but it's like, okay, I got it. Hold on. I just paid for it. Y'all are welcome, man. I subscribe to FT just because it's like, there's good stream stuff on there. I don't know if we're really supposed to use it on stream, but we do. There's really good stream stuff on there. Skip and continue. Return to article. All right, bet. Here we go. Thank you. All right. Here is the article, and 1 hour after this got posted, we popped BTC from like 78.5 to 81.2, 81.3 in a straight line. We pulled back a little bit, but it caused a ripper. It's not super long. It's like a 5-minute read, so we'll just like skim it. All right. Let the Bond Market Speak by Stanley F. Druckenmiller, which is like the GOAT. I mean, it's like Michael Jordan of trading. Okay. The Treasury Department announced on August 19th that it would double the size of the long-dated bond buybacks from $2 billion to at least $4 billion per operation, aimed at the 10 to 30-year sector and running from September 9th through November 4th. By the way, September 9th is our date. Okay. That's in like less than a month. We will know what their plan is as far as buybacks. The announcement came after the 30-year yield touched a 19-year high. Yields fell within minutes. By the next afternoon, they had round trip to levels above where they started. The market's verdict was swift and correct. This wasn't liquidity management, it was price management, and a mistake far larger than $4 billion suggests, and this is AI slop. Just for context on the 30-year yield, it is down a little bit right now. But this is the price where they announced 4 billion buybacks, which theoretically was supposed to dump the market. It just like did not. 5.2%, give or take. It's basically where we're at right now. Treasury's announcements gave the game away. It justified the larger operations as liquidity support in sectors with consistent, strong sponsorship from market participants. But strong sponsorship is the definition of a healthy working market. There were no failed auctions, no dealer balance sheet seizure, no forced unwinds, nothing resembling Treasuries in March 2020 or UK gilts in September 2022. The sort of genuine dysfunctional episodes that justify official auction. Volatility was contained and trading was orderly. Not a malfunction, but a machine doing its job. Consider what the machine was pricing. Inflation is 3 to 4% and has been above the Fed's target since 2021, which is nuts. It's real inflation is probably way higher, by the way. It feels just like the ball test feels way higher. Unemployment is 4.1%. full employment by any definition. The deficit is running near 6% of gross GDP, a number America has never before produced in peacetime at full employment. The national debt crossed 40 trillion the same week the Treasury intervened. Net interest will exceed 1.1 trillion this fiscal year, more than the defense budget, which is crazy. Net interest is more than the defense budget. The 10-year yield, even after the summer sell-off, sits at or below the economy's nominal growth rate. That means a borrower, the federal government, running 6% deficits at full employment with above target inflation still funds itself at roughly the rate its economy grows. Historically, that configuration is accommodative, not restrictive of financial conditions. The bond market wasn't being a vigilante, as some would argue. It was being a pushover that had finally begun to clear its throat, and Treasury moved to quiet even that. I have spent 5 decades, crazy, trading on a simple premise. Markets aggregate information no committee possesses, and prices are how that information reaches decision makers. The long-term Treasury yield is the most important price in the world. It's crazy, like I've never paid attention to this at all. It's the most important price in the world. I've never, ever watched it. It is the only fiscal disciplinarian the U.S. has left. Neither party will run on entitlement reform. Both have spent the past decade expanding commitments while ignoring arithmetic. Democracies don't repair their finances because a budget office publishes a table. They repair them only when the cost of inaction becomes visible and immediate, when mortgage rates bite, when auctions tail, and when the political price of rising long bond finally exceeds the political price of touch and spending. I'm going to skip the rest. Basically, my understanding of what Stanley Druckenmiller is saying here is that the Fed or the Treasury is taking emergency actions right now when the conditions are just like not set up for that. Like there was no catalyst. There was no catalyst for there to be some level of like extreme intervention now, and they're doing it. And the big druck is basically pounding the alarms. I've spent 5 decades trading on a simple premise. Markets aggregate information no committee possesses, and prices are how that information reaches decision makers. The long-term Treasury yield is the most important price in the world. It's also the fiscal disciplinarian, the only fiscal disciplinarian the U.S. has left. Every basis point of artificial yield suppression is a subsidy to procrastination. Return buybacks to their stated purpose. Small, scheduled, off-the-run liquidity operations announced at quarterly refundings. Never off-cycle responses to yield levels. Term out the debt honestly and pay the price the market sets. If the 30-year must trade at 5.5% to be clear, that isn't a crisis. It is an invoice. God, it's such AI slop. Then do the only thing that durably lowers long-term yields. Address the primary deficit. So look, I'm going to be honest. I don't understand all of these macro concepts. But what I do understand is that in order for the big druck to come out right now and publish this article, like Wall Street Journal exclusive, shitting on his boy, like straight up shitting on his boy. Like there's no way to cut that elsewhere. Straight up shitting on his boy. He thinks this is going to be an absolute disaster. He thinks it's going to be a disaster. And I imagine, like I saw somebody tweet this and I agree. He's only doing this if he knows in the back channel the number is like severe. Like they're going to 4 billion, like removing the cap and saying they could theoretically buy back 4 billion was not the problem. It's like the precedent that it sets. And reminder, this is what Scott Bessent thinks of Stanley Druckenmiller, by the way. This is what he thinks of Stanley Druckenmiller.
There's something called superstar syndrome that Michael Jordan probably couldn't teach us how to play basketball. Roger Federer is probably not the greatest tennis coach, but being able to sit, I'm not sure if Stan could explain why he always does what he does, but being able to sit next to him and watch him and they have the dialogue with him. But he's just incredible. Like there's a great trader. I said earlier, the combination of George Soros and Jim Rogers was incredible because of Jim's analytics and then George's trading instincts. Stands that in one person.
Right, bro. He's calling him God. This is 3 years old.
And, his risk management, I mean, it's incredible. He's never had a down year. It's humbling. Like, that the bad part about sitting next to him is you think, like, I'm
not good enough.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. But it's also that I go back. I'm a basketball fan. I go back and look, and if I look at the Chicago Bulls, that they were all better. Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, they were all better for
that was like
playing with Michael Jordan.
That was the most generational glaze I've ever seen on a podcast clip, like ever, sitting and spinning. And so I don't know. You're Scott Besson. You're feeling the heat right now. You are. The market is like on your fucking ass. You're telling yields you're gonna force them down, and they're like, okay, force us down. You're feeling the fucking heat. He just did this bizarre press conference yesterday, talk about Iran, by the way. And I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was uncomfortable. It was awkward. It was very weird, the speech that he gave yesterday about it was very, very, very weird, the speech that he gave. And so you're feeling the heat from all angles, okay? And then you get hit by who you have labeled like the GOAT of markets, like the number one GOAT of markets, that says what you're doing is like so stupidly irresponsible. There's not even like words for it. There's not even words for it. Also, this is an interesting Fage out tweet. It's like, there was a nice story I certainly believed for a moment there, that some of the greatest macro traders of our time were in charge of the U.S. fiscal outlook and would get the house in order. The smartest, most principled people that understood markets. They'd get the debt issue sorted, right? Besant and Warsh, disciples of Druckenmiller, all students of Soros. It's like perfect. There are 40 levels of chess that would surely pan out. Sadly, this Druckenmiller op-ed has decimated that idealistic fairy tale. There is no plan. And so the only way out is up, and one of the only ways to escape is BTC. There's also this thought of like, I feel like from my, again, novice macro understanding, everybody had sort of deemed like Scott Besant the last competent person in government. The 40 chess is U.S. National Bitcoin Reserve. It is. Everyone had deemed Scott Besant like the guy. Trump is going to be all right because he's got Besant. This to me was how it was articulated. He's going to be fine. Big Scott is that guy. He's the only competent person in government, but he's in government. And then when the only competent person in government falls like a pawn, what happens next? Like, what happens after that is kind of unclear. What happens after that? And so what happens after that is you start seeing tweets like this from everybody. Basic CZ, Zimbabwe mode. Zimbabwe's rocketing stock market. Amateur investors pour their savings into equities to escape inflation. Look at this. Index points. It's like the stupidest thing of all time. And so I thought to myself, all right, what actually happened with Zimbabwe? Like, I've actually never really known what happened with Zimbabwe in the currency. Like, why does this happen? This hyperinflation situation. And so I started reading about it. Okay. And they, in 2024, launched a gold-backed currency, which I think is potentially supposed to solve some of the problems. But I have a couple articles that they're nuts. Like, one winter morning in 2008, I don't want to butcher her name, but this woman from Batar, a city in the eastern part of Zimbabwe, boarded a bus to town to withdraw her salary of 1 billion Zimbabwe dollars. The amount sounds impressive, but it was worthless because of the hyperinflation Zimbabwe was then experiencing. In July that year, the exchange rate had reached Zimbabwe 500 billion to 1 USD, making $1 billion of Zimbabwe currency less than a cent. Her notes devalued while she was in line at the supermarket, and the midwife was unable to purchase any groceries. The money could not even cover $1 billion Zimbabwe dollars, could not even cover her bus fare, and she had to walk 3 hours to her tiny home, a densely populated suburb in Mutar, where she lived with her family. Prices of basic commodities at the time were changing every hour, increasing at a meteoric rate. It's, bro, nuts. It got $1 billion is worth a penny. In 1988, the Zimbabwe dollar lost half of its value in less than 2 months. Following the deployment of Zimbabwean troops to Congo to support the then president who was facing a rebellion, the war cost Zimbabwe an estimated $1.7 million a month between 1998 and 2002. This had a heavy impact on the treasury. It increased our debt levels, affected trade routes and regional economic relations. The final nail in the coffin was the eviction of 4,000 white commercial farmers under the land reform program introduced in the 2000s. The farms that were supposed to benefit landless black farmers ended up benefiting the president, his wife, his allies, and political supporters. His wife acquired more than 15 farms, spanning at least 16,000 hectares. I don't know what that is. Gideon Gano, then governor of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, issued a $100 trillion note in January 2009. A month later, the market dumped the Zimbabwe dollar in favor of the US dollar, forcing the government to adopt the latter as the main currency. The multi-currency system was maintained under the government of national unity, a power-sharing deal. Yeah, I don't know. People basically just, their debt got insane. Hectares, thank you. The debt got insane, and they kind of started using USD, and then the situation just got so out of control. $1 billion Zimbabwe dollars equaled one fucking penny, bro. It's nuts. It's completely nuts. So I don't know. The debasement narrative is terrifying. I don't really know that much about it. I'm doing my best to learn as much of it as possible, but these debt numbers the US is carrying and like interest to GDP is like, it's insane. It's gnarly. And so I was sort of like ironically tweeting Zimbabwe mode, but yeah, it's pretty horrifying. It's like $500 billion per Bitcoin. So anyways, we got the stock market open in 12 minutes, and we are going to have a lot to cover. I'm saving a lot of the crypto stuff for after market open. All right, let's read the South Korea story real quick. This is crazy. Let's read this real quick, just to get through some interest stuff. This is pretty fucked. It's a pretty fucked story. It's even more fucked that I'm posing this story as there's a trade idea, but just hear me out. Feels like they put eggs in one basket on AI growing us out of it, and it hasn't panned out yet. It hasn't panned out at all right now. I agree with you, by the way. It feels like it's like our only eggs, or like our only story out of it, which is nuts. Okay, quick story. There is a serial killer on the loose in Jeju Island, South Korea. The discovery of 4 bodies on Jeju Island in 3 days stems from police corruption and systematic failure. A local officer under investigation falsely closed roughly 200 missing person cases over 17 months to inflate closure metrics. Cases were archived as resolved without searches, allowing victims to rot while predators operate unchecked on an isolated island. 200 missing person cases were dismissed. South Korea has seen this breakdown before with predators like Lee Chun-jae during famous murders in the early 2000s. And those historical cases, lazy police work, lack of cross-jurisdictional communication, and institutional neglect of vulnerable populations enabled prolonged killing sprees. Jeju's geography amplifies this hazard. An isolated rural terrain, transient resort worker populations, and poor local surveillance create an environment where bodies remain hidden until administration fraud is exposed. When I visited, the lack of police presence in rural pockets was glaringly obvious. The primary driver of the systemic failure is a perverse institutional incentives. Korean police face intense pressure to show high case clearance rates, creating clear moral hazard where corrupt officers falsify paper records to meet quotas rather than conduct actual field investigations. The first order effect of this institutional failure is a complete breakdown of public safety and a surge in uninvestigated homicides across the region. Police actively conceal missing persons to pad administrative stats. Violent criminals receive free immunity to continue operating without fear of detection. The second order effects hit the regional economy, threatening major hospitality and travel stocks like Lot Tour Development, Paradise Co., that's an ironic name, and Kangwon Land. Institutional capital quickly discount Jeju exposed leisure assets as safety concerns drive domestic tourists and foreign visitors. Nuts. 200 missing people in 17 months. Cases all dismissed and 4 confirmed murders, bro. I didn't even look at these stocks before we did this. Let's see. What are we working with here? What are we working with? Lot. No, it's not really. Oh. I gotta be like 200 murders. What's the ticker? When's this tweet from? August 25th. No, it hasn't really dumped. Well, what is this exactly? It's a travel agency for this. This hasn't exactly dumped that hard. I thought that was gonna be worse. Paradise Co. Let's see this one. Ironic name. Oh, that got destroyed. Seems like these this news has been sort of front ran. Wow. Paradise Co. That one's nasty. And then Kangwon Island. That's pretty nasty too. What is this? Engaged in provision of casino and entertainment services. Got it. So yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of this in my life. But Jeju Island. Let's see. How many people live there? Jeju Island. Population. 650,000 people. 650,000 people. How big is it? Wow. 700 miles. Jeez. That is terrifying. Jeju Island murders. Wow, that refers to this large-scale 4.3 massacre, 1948. Wow, this is like a murder hub. Holy fuck. There's like famous murders here. 4 police officers arrested for killing ex-wife. This is insane. This is like Murder Island. Last year, a plane failed to take off and crashed into a concrete slab at Jeju Airport. 4th body in 3 days. Sparks serial killer. Ex-cop murdered wife. Wait. Murder Island. No, it's different. It's different. Wow. That is insane. Anyways, I thought this was it's kind of a nasty story. It's kind of like fucking a dark story, but I don't know. When I see someone post expose a murder with 4 tickers at the bottom, you got to give it a look, right? You got to give it a look. So, anyways, yeah, nothing good happens on islands. Now, this is a maybe a tried and true take. There is nothing good happening on remote islands ever. Literally ever. So, anyways, that is our intro stuff. we're now going to get completely into the market, and we have a fucking lot to talk about. I'm going to get up really quick. I will be back. You were going to go to Jeju in October? What? Wait, what does that look like? Why? Damn, it looks pretty sick. It actually looks fucking, it looks nice as fuck. Nah. It's cool I didn't know about the murders. Yeah, you're welcome, man. You were going to go like next week? You're welcome, dude. Feel free to drop a sub on that. It's like the Hawaii of Asia. All right, I'm going to get up real quick. When I am back, we're doing stock market open. BRB. Wait. Crazy statistics that Jeju to ICN has the most airline routes in the world. Dog. There might be multiple trades here.
Yeah. I appreciate your patience tonight. It's been a moment since I've done some public speaking. I find nowadays it's, best to keep quiet. But sometimes you just gotta let it out. Young angel and young lion. You know what it is. Look, I'm the property of October. I ain't drive here, I got chauffeur. Bring me champagne, flutes, rosé, and some shots over. I think better when I'm not sober. I smoke good, ain't no glaucoma. I'm a stockholder. Private flights back home, no stopover. Still spitting that shit that they shot Pac over. The shit my mother looked shocked over. Yeah. But with a canvas, I'm the group of 7. On migraine, take 2 Excedrin. I'm the 1 twice over, I'm the new 11. And if I die, I'ma do it reppin'. I never do a second. I swear niggas be eyeing me all hard and lying to they girls and driving the same cars. Sitting there wishing their problems became ours. Cause we have nothing in common since I done became star. I done became bigger, swerving right into my peers' lane. Same dudes that used to holler my engineer's name. One touch, I could make the drapes and the shears change and show me the city that I without fear claim. What I said seems to never extinguish. Coolest kid out, baby, word to Chuck English. Count my own money, see the paper cut fingers. My song is your girlfriend's waking up ringer. Or alarm or whatever. She be here at 6 in the morning if I let her. But I never get attracted to fans, cause an eager beaver could be the collapse of a dam.
I was just on IG stories. I follow this guy on IG, and he just posted this selfie that said, I'm way too out of shape to be guarding the sperm of the goat on a Monday night. And then the next video is him like playing pickup soccer with Bronny. Talking about the sperm of the goat, bro. Come on, dude. Y'all are way too casual with that like Lee sperm shit. I'm serious. It's way too casual talking about Lee sperm. It's like, bro, take a fucking chill with that, man. Lee sperm. It's like, dude, Lee nut. Trader Man was calling him Lee nut. I'm like, dude, Lee nut? Come on, man. Come on. Lee nut is like ridiculous. All right. We got stock market open. Why do you say Lee like LeBron? New Asian baller. All right, here's the deal. Stock market opens in 30 seconds. It's gonna be a wild. I don't know how wild it'll be. We have a video earnings tomorrow. It might be kind of chill, but everything is green and pre. DRAM is pre. Is green. I mean, Soxel is green. Qs are green. Nasdaq is green. Bitcoin is unclear. But anyways, you know how we do it around here. Stock market opens in 17 seconds. As always, stock market open is powered by Phantom. It's powered by Phantom. Anything you see in this segment, any stock, any coin, anything you want to trade, if you can trade it, you can trade it on Phantom. We're going to do stock market open for 30 seconds, 30 minutes, excuse me. And then we are going to rip into crypto because I have a lot I want to say, cover, and get into. And on that note, the stock market is officially open. And also, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. On that note, the SPX looking not great, opens up 0.36%, $680.98. The Kospi in yesterday's trading session was up 0.68%. The NASDAQ 100 opens up 0.67. The Dow opens up 0.4. The Photonics ETF up 3.2. The NeoCloud ETF up 1.86. Qs are up 0.76. The IBB Bio Index is up 0.5. The Soxol is up 4.5, but red on the open. IGV is up 0.3. Mags are up 0.6. And DRAM reclaims what I think is a key level, 55 range. Up 3.4% is 56.13 on DRAM. Bitcoin on the open throws in a little green candle that is 78.7. We broke 81 last night in a fucking aggressive pop. I'm not gonna lie, I was fairly euphoric. I thought I was gonna wake up to green. That did not exactly happen. But yeah, liquidity. Is it a liquidity grab? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Pump down 0.23. ETH down 0.8. Zcash is 818. Crazy, that's red. Crazy 818 is red on Zcash. Lighter is 3.4. Hype is 79. VV is 17.3. PERDAT is green. It's at 0.3 today at 10.68. Silver is red. 67.7 down 1.7. Gold is also red. Very red. Down 0.6. Stretch is shockingly about to repeg, which is pretty wild. Like, there's maybe some unaccounted for buy pressure that comes into Bitcoin from Stretch. I'm not sure that we necessarily want that, but it might come for us. Pause nonetheless. Yields are all red. Specifically, the 30-year is down 0.7 right now. Leopold on TS. What is this? We'll come back to this. What is this? Patrick Carlson and Mario launched a Rhine group to reverse Europe's decline. Europe produces 4 of the world's 50 largest tech companies and lags badly in the tech that will define the next decade. Goal. What is it? Recruit 55 top operators, economists, and CEO policymakers into a private house group. Raise eyes from daily politics toward a common destiny. Compete, build, and grow as the world's second largest market. Wow. Shout out to Europe. That's the save the euro, dude. Interesting. Maybe that's a good seg for a future. VIX is down 5. Gold down 0.2. Copper looks I think copper looks like one of the better charts in markets right now. Look at copper. That looks fucking unbelievable, really, on copper. And then Monero is just so trash. It trades so bad. Also, Solana is 97.6, but it did rip 103 last night, which is nice. Oil. Brent oil is down 2.5%. Crude is down 3%. Red. Defense is all green. The Lira's Palantir up 1. Northrop is red by 0.3, but not much. Raytheon and Lockheed are up 0.4. All right. Big AI. The fuck is Monero and why is it so high? It's Zcash, but people actually use it, but it's the worst trade. It's the worst trade ever. It's like Zcash, but they actually use it, but it's like, yeah, it's the worst trade ever. I don't know what else to say. You put me on a Patrick Boyle. I fuck with Patrick Boyle. All right. Leader. What do we got? App Store sales drop for the first time in a decade. Wow. Let's see what Apple looks like. That's interesting. Chat, when is the last time you downloaded a paid app? I don't even know. They don't really do paid apps anymore, I guess. That's like an old meta. Paid apps. It's been years. I haven't downloaded a paid app in like many years, I don't think. Yeah, not long Apple anymore. Interesting. All right. Biggest gainer is Marvell. Ripping green on the open, up 6.5. Bloom Energy up 5. SanDisk up 5 after a nasty day yesterday. Micron up 4. SK Hynix ADR up 4. AMD is up 4. Nokia is up 4. Shaw's is up 3. I want to remove Shaw's off the fucking list. Intel's up 3. Dell is up 3. Lumentum is up 2. Oracle's up 2. BlackBerry's up 2. Cerebrus up 2, Redwire up 2, Cloudflare up 1, Qualcomm up 2, RoboStrategy up 2, Meta up 1, NVIDIA up 1.5 before earnings tomorrow. Big earnings tomorrow. Kind of dumped into it. We'll see how we do today. But I remember playing Minecraft Lite because it was free. Really big earnings for NVIDIA tomorrow. What else was earnings tomorrow? Salesforce, CrowdStrike, Synopsys. Nice. Pretty big one. Azana, shout out you, my homie, my guy. Firefly flat, Rocket Lab up 0.5. Broadcom's up 1, Tesla's up 0.5, Apple's up 0.4. Basically everything is green except Amazon's flat. Microsoft is down 0.3. And Adobe is down 2. Pelosi just bought 1.5 million of Intel. Is that true? She did buy Intel. How's it doing today? It's up 3%. You see Sailor's video today. I did not. Let's see. Pelosi washed. I feel like Pelosi is giga washed.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, get the guy go. Gotta wake up, bitch. Get up.
Wow, Michael Saylor, man. Holy shit. Oh my God. I've always thought his edits are amazing. I've always been a worshiper of Michael Saylor. I've thought his AI has always been amazing. I've always fucking loved Michael Saylor, man. David Hoffman says Tom Lee is a better version of Michael Saylor.
A great just like figurehead. Like my hot take is that I think Tom Lee is a better Michael Saylor than Michael Saylor is. And like these are apples to oranges, but these are both leaders of the number 1 and number 2 DATs. And Saylor,
did he sell off his ETH?
Is a
by the way, I think it's a terrible take. Tom Lee is like, come on, bro.
Classic steak eating Bitcoin maxi, laser-eyed maxi, who's a little bit too aggressive. Tom Lee is a measured, moderate, balanced, reasonable.
Dude, Tom Lee just showed up one day with like $15 billion at 2K ETH and was like, I'm just going to buy all of it right now. Blasted all of it, ripped ETH to 5K. Every single ETH holder in the world was given liquidity from the gods, ripped it back down to like 1600 in a straight line and created this like monster exit liquidity for the entire market for absolutely no reason. It was like the worst execution in the history of the DAT game.
Leader of Bitmine. And I think between Bitmine and MSTR, I think Bitmine wins big. I think Bitmine outperforms MSTR.
So you'd rather own BMNR than MSTR? That means you're bullish ETH relative, like those are the assets. You're bullish ETH relative to Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think
he don't even mean what he just said. He don't even mean what he just said.
It's not quite the same. I think Michael Saylor disrespects his equity like none other, and I think Tom Lee respects the fuck out of his equity, and I think
Tom Lee just doesn't care.
Is going to be I think that is going to be the story between these two assets moving forward. And so like really I came out of that episode with Tom Lee as being like, I think BMNR is quite bullish because to your point, like I do see upside, like a possible upside with Ether, the asset. And
I like David Hoffman, friend of mine, friend of the stream. He's setting up to re-enter ETH above 4K. You know when your boy like soft launches, bailing on the plans, and he's like, he starts telling you his throat hurts and shit at like 2 p.m. and you're like, dude, the party like hasn't slept. like, dude, the party's like 9 p.m. It's like, I haven't slept. Like, David Hoffman, I think, just soft launched full porting ETH again at 4K.
In the future.
I know we've said before, Tom Lee is probably the most important person in the Ethereum ecosystem as of right now. Certainly the most important new entrant over the last 18 months.
He completely just soft launched that. Yeah. Probably make a new post. All right, let's keep going. Stock market. Sorry, I got distracted. I got distracted. That was a total soft launch stuff I've ever seen one. All right, let's keep going. He's up so much on lit. Yeah, he did make a good trade. I can't lie. BTC just rip, dude, back above 80, and it's gonna just fucking. That's a nice candle. We're back at 79. All right. Majors DRAM is still. Ooh, we're 11 minutes into open. Retraced a lot of that move up 3.1. Mag's up 0.7. Soxel's up 6. Nice. Qs are up 1. NASDAQ is up 0.8. Have you got any altcoin positions at the moment? I have a massive pump fund position on and Bitcoin right now. That's it. A massive pump fund in Bitcoin right now. I saw this, by the way. What is this? This is like a private phone number. Telegram number sold for 666,000 gram. $1 million. This is anonymous Telegram phone number forever. $1 million for this is nuts. We should do a seg on this. I don't really know that much about these, but I know they sell, obviously, clearly. Sell for stupid amounts. All right, NeoClouds, SAS, a little bit of everything else. IRL thesis. Robinhood leads the way, up 3%. Visa up 3%, which is rare. I ran up 3. Nebby is up 3. CoreWeave up 3. Shopify up 3. Robux up 2.5. AMC up 2.5. Reddit up 2. Hims up 1.5. Circle up 1. Clarity Act is basically going to 0 on Polymarket, I think. I think it's basically going to 0. 15%. It's basically going to 0. It had a spike, dude. It's at 30%. It's basically going to 0. It's at 15%. YouTube TV watch. What is this? Taiki. We could maybe skip this. I watched this already. It's a great video. It's a really good video. Figma's up 1.5. Take 2 is up 1. God, this fucking piece of shit stock. Complete piece of shit. Coinbase up 0.2. SoFi up 1. Uber up 1. Eli Lilly up 0.5. StubHub up 0.5. MSTR is where up down 0.4. Down 0.4. Nike is up. Nike's down 3.5. Is that tariff stuff? God, look at fucking Nike, bro. Look at this stock. What happened, man? Ugh, God. I remember when I started trading stocks, Nike was like a serious, like Nike was on my watch list, like unironically. Like I was like really paying attention to Nike. Now it is just like, what is BMNR? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. Check out the Nike Air Max 95 Kith X Knicks. Nike 95 Kith Knicks. Oh, these are hard. These are super hard. I like these. Not Air Max 95 is one of the most underrated silhouettes of all time. Is Tom Lee been on CNBC recently? Oh, he likes the Treasury buybacks.
Fundstrat's Tom Lee is here today, and so is Requisite Capital's Bryn Talkington.
Of course, bro.
And we're happy to say both are CNBC contributors. Bryn,
Stanley Druckenmiller says it's the worst thing he's ever seen in his entire life. Tom Lee's like, I love that shit.
welcome. Tom, it's good to have you here on set. What do you make of what the professor has to say here?
I mean, I think Jeremy's pointing out some important things, but to me, I actually think that...
How much do you think he gets paid? I don't think he gets paid.
Treasury buyback was a wise thing to do. I don't think it's any different than a company saying, hey, look, there's some things that are getting investors nervous about my stock, but it's things that are not related to my company. And I think that's what the Treasury signal was. And so I don't think it's manipulation. It's really an indication of value. And I think just trying to put some signal out from the noise.
What if it doesn't work?
Well, if it doesn't work, they have more dollars to put to work. So I do think, the Treasury Department does have a lot of resources available. So I assume it's going to work.
So you assume that yields are going
If only he was 2 inches taller. How tall is he?
to start going lower again?
I think that we need to just have some ballast until we get some clearance or signal from what oil is going to do and the direction of CPI and things that are
6'2". Really? No, 5'6", bro. Come on.
are giving the market a little hesitation. And of course, Jackson Hole is this week or this coming week, and I think that could provide some clarity, and all that could quell whatever risk premium is being built into yields.
Bryn, how do you see it?
Agreed, Ansem.
Well, I think a lot of the narrative this week has been, well, Kevin Warsh is in a little bit of a pickle because he's been saying, well, let's let the bond market tell us what's happening. And then at the same time, as a juxtaposition, Secretary Besson is buying treasuries. But when you actually peel that back, the 30-year, first of all, the 20 and 30-year are very illiquid. It's about a $6 trillion total market if you look at long-duration bonds. No one signals off the 20 and 30-year. It's really the 10-year, the 5-year, the 2-year, and they're not buying that. So I do think Fed Chairman Warsh actually has the ability to thread the needle to say, first of all, these purchases by the Treasury are tiny relative to the aggregate amount, and it's more of a signal that the Treasury says we'll come in and buy these longer duration yields. Because the reality is the 10-year and that shorter duration is really what everything is set off of. And so I think that the market, though, the stock market will be range-bound this week because, as both the professor and Tom said, you know, the meeting at Jackson Hole, which he speaks on Friday, I think that's really going to be the seminal moment where we understand what is he actually thinking, or what's he going to tell us about what he's thinking, since he already says he's going to be a man of few words as Fed chairman.
So who speaks at Jackson Hole? Kevin Warsh will deliver a keynote address this Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern during the Kansas City Fed Chair's annual Jackson Hole. Whoa. That, we'll be live for that. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is...
Tom, do we think that next week is the most consequential for the direction of stocks in the next few months? You know, you're not going to hear from NVDA again for a while after next Wednesday. And then I don't think people really think that anything from the Fed's going to happen in September.
This was last Friday, by the way.
September or even October until you get to the midterms. That feels to me like it makes next week even more consequential for stocks.
I'd agree. I think it's what I'd consider a clearing event. Because let's take the AI story. There's been concerns about data centers and political opposition, and it's caused the trade to stall. I think Jensen Huang's going to re-inject a lot of confidence that, look, there's still this relentless demand story, and it's going to be taking place regardless. And similarly on the Fed, I do think the uncertainty builds between Warsh's appearances, and so I think this is another chance to course calibrate.
You raise an interesting point. So you think what certainly appears to be growing opposition to data centers is having an impact on that trade in the stock market?
It is, because if data centers can't be built, then the entire bottleneck trade doesn't look as durable. So I think that what we saw in Ohio and in Florida and Texas and Pennsylvania, which is now governors putting potential moratoriums or even voters saying it's a political issue, is causing investors to pause.
So what if that doesn't change? I mean, I'm literally looking at one of the most recent polls right in front of me that I happened to see earlier today, and the support is decreasing across all political parties.
Yeah. I think
Wait,
that
why would anyone support data centers? Like, if you're like a normal person, obviously you are fucking do not give a fuck about AI if you're a normal person.
tells us that the AI industry, especially the labs, have to start messaging that it's not doomsday. You know, I mean, I think it's a very something that this political issue could become a problem. But that's also why the downstream AI stocks are starting to work. The software this week did well. You know, even the biotechs and then the cryptos, because they're all downstream stocks to the AI story.
You might benefit from using AI, the data center's power. No, you might lose your job, is what you're being told. What happened in Ohio? Ohio data center. They built the world's largest data center, bro. It's insane. There's a slop ass website. Oh my god, it's paid. Why is data center backlash faces? Politics on both sides. Yeah, I don't know, crazy. Also, at the same time, the Bitcoin, we kind of barred the whole move. I'm not gonna lie, it's sort of unfortunate. You know, high time frame, nothing's really happened. My brain is fried looking at the 15-minute charts only. But let's check back in on the market though. Bitcoin 78.2. Pump is down 3.4. I was a lot richer last night. I'll tell you that. I was a lot richer last night. I'll tell you that. Stocks. DRAM is up 4. 22 minutes into the open. Mags are up 0.8. IGV is going red. Soxel is up 7. IBB is up 1.2. Qs are up 1. SPY's up 0.3. Nasdaq is up 0.8. Let's check on chain, and then I want to know what everybody is holding. Let's go deck screener. Let's start with CyberLeak is ripping 20. Cashcat had a pretty wild day yesterday. It got as high as 233. He added a pump version. I told him to add pump. 233. It's now 182. FWA, which by the way, FWA yesterday had an all-time high on spins. Think about that. All-time high on spins yesterday for FWA is nuts. Completely nuts. Pawns is 57. 57. Martin Trelli Citrini coin, 200K. That shit is dead as fuck. Per had been ripping. It's like 80. Pulled back a little bit. What's good, lefty? Stonk 9. Where's Ansem? Ansem 240. I think the chart looks good though. A lot of these charts kind of look like this. Like it's kind of like the pump chart. Just way shorter time frame. It like super rip, pull back a ton, chill, and then it's kind of like makes the starts to do the hockey stick, but then it like chills out halfway, and then you go like it like does it. Like pump looks like this. Chill, and then it does it again. Like pump's doing this right now, I feel like. Just on like a much higher time frame. It's like go for it, chill, go for it again. So we'll see. Let me keep going. I really like Tulip King's tweet from the day. Oh, about cup and handles? Yeah, that was a good tweet. What's the coin answer you said? Was it net? Yeah, net. Let me see. Well, this coin is nuts. NVIDIA or AI is 37. Stockbroker, not great. Where's the bull? The bull's 34. Net is wow. Holy shit. Net looks really good. So if anybody's chart pattern A were from 2019 to 2024, now it's so played by the experienced traders still left. The default is chart B. Yeah. The problem is like I'm not super excited. I don't like to sell this, really. Like I don't really like to sell this level. I'm just like I'm in. If I'm in, I'm fucking in. I don't really like to sell this level, to be completely honest with you. And so I just sit on it. And maybe it's a decent level to sell, you know? Like I did it on Zcash. I didn't sell it, and then I ended up selling here. I ended up selling here, and then nothing, and then it goes. But it was like 3-4 months ago. So we'll see how it plays out with me on Pump. Anything else on chain? Quotron looks interesting. I had someone text me to buy Quotron like a week ago, and I did ignore the message. We'll look at it on stream. I want to go through some on-chain stuff today. And Tibber is another crazy one, by the way. 230, and I guess looks max. I've been seeing people post that. What's that at? 2.3. Jesus. Trump coin is the best performing meme coin at the 7-day mark. What does Tibber actually do? Nobody knows, which is hilarious. What does Trump coin look like? This is the best performing meme. No, it is not. 160%. Pump is up more than that. It's not. It's up 65%. What is Tibber thing? Dude, it's a virtuals coin that's run by I think it's backed by that Mickey, hold on, Ribbit Capital. Let me see. Yeah, Mickey Malka runs. I don't know if he like runs this or what exactly is the deal, but apparently I don't really know this guy. I think he's one of the first investors in a Robinhood, and he's a giga chat from what I am aware of. I don't really know that much about him though, but I have a friend of mine who was like telling me he's like was obsessed. He's not really a crypto guy, and he was like obsessed with Tibber. You know who else loves this coin? Is Gammy Chan. Loves this coin. And he's like, Tibber. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, he's been shilling it to me like this whole way. Tibber. And I'm like, whatever, dude. And then it fucking just ripped, but nobody can tell me what it does. Like, what is it? Nobody knows. There's no info. The world doesn't change because incumbents decide it should. It changes because someone somewhere decides the system is broken, has the conviction to build something better. It makes no sense what this is. Still in stealth mode. It's like 2 years old, bro. It's 2 years old, the coin. It's been out for 2 years. I'm talking about stealth mode. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Hard for me to buy that. I'm sorry. You see Cashcat ATH? Yes. There's a couple other coins I wanted to look at. Kate is another one. Kate's 70 mil. This is crazy. I saw somebody post that Kate is a way to long FOMO growth. And I think it was Leo tweeted this, actually. Kate is a way to long FOMO growth. And so I looked this up on TikTok because this is my new favorite segment of the day. It's just so slow to load. Let me see if I can get it up. See if I get TikTok up. Kate on TikTok is nuts.
My coworker.
Okay, ready? Kate, let's see. 30,000 likes. 30,000 likes.
This is
700 likes.
Exactly why you shouldn't let one red day completely change your opinion. Yes, it's almost midnight right now.
Who is this kid?
Bitcoin has gone down a significant amount over the past hour, but listen to what I just found out. I was literally just
like, and these are the comments, bro. I bought 5 worth 30 minutes ago. Do I hold? How do y'all get this stuff so early, bro? I don't know how to tell y'all, but this Porgo is farming your ass. If you didn't know, just because he hasn't sold on main doesn't mean he isn't selling sides. If you know, you know. Retail just doesn't. These comments are nuts. Okay, so I'm kind of new, but can anyone explain why we just blindly trust GOAT and higher ups? Like, why do we immediately full trust that they aren't the ones holding big wallets, selling high, having back up, selling the second time? Like, it's a meme coin. It's not like there's any real company. It's nuts. I believed in you when you're selling my win streak. I put 20. It is still down. Should I be worried or no? It's crazy. I put $20 in.
All right, what is cat coin? Let's look.
Remember Dogecoin.
5K likes. 5K likes. I asked
This dude is up 1.2.
Ask Robin.
So yesterday,
15,000 likes. It's nuts. It is actually nuts how viral some of these things are going. Like how big the meme coin story is on TikTok right now feels genuinely like important. I don't know what else to say about it. Did I miss anything on? We're gonna go through some of these on chain, but I just wanted to like do this falsifies mandate of heaven. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, the Joff coin, 11 mil. Then I got destroyed. 11 mil, and what about cards? 80. Not bad. Base cat. 26. Mars coin. 37. Not bad. On that. And I guess 16 mil. Interesting stats. 160K users have bought on the app at least once. 38K have bought Kate as their first coin. 24,000 unique users have posted a thesis. 38,000 people bought Kate as their first coin. That is nuts. That is a monster number. What? Dude, that is a monster number. So if you reach McKay's, look at the best way to bet on FOMO's growth. Most new FOMO participants are getting blasted with Kate notice joining the community. Now there's been 2 shakeouts. There's a legit chance for 200 to 300 mil. That's crazy. 38,000 people have bought it as their first coin. That's a big fucking number. Bots, I don't know. I don't know how to tell on that, really. Wait, here's an Avi Feldman tweet, by the way, on this topic. We'll close out market stocks in a second. It's been years since I punted meme coins, but I'm feeling an itch to gamble my money away at the highs here, so I've signed up for FOMO. I'm expecting this to be the top of the market. 38K AI agents. Yeah, I don't know. But here's what I do know. Watching Martin Shkreli yesterday navigate Pump Fun app had me thinking to myself, we're just right about a lot of this on-chain stuff. Man, you know one of the things about Friendtech was like, Friendtech was so sticky for a famous person if you were to join Friendtech. Because once you join Friendtech as a famous person, you just get infinite volume and fees on your coin. Like minute one. Like Banks joins Friendtech and minute one, he has like $20,000 in a wallet. And then every time you post, more money like gathers in a wallet. If you say something good, more money gathers in a wallet. If you say something bad, money disappears. Coin price goes down. Fees go down significantly. It's like such a sticky rotation, flywheel, I suppose. I'm not necessarily saying it's like a good thing. Like I'm not saying like what Martin Shkreli did yesterday was like good. But I'm saying, like, obviously that action is one that's going to be taken much more. It was like, bro, we watched him. He signed up for Pump, in 1 second, these devs are so quick. There's a coin that he owns 80% of. It's worth $1 million. He pulls it up on the screen. It's worth $1.5 million now because it's ripping. He mentions his cat, buys some of the coin, does a 50x. Then he vamps his cat with a different cat name, cracks a couple jokes, and has watched like $1 million slosh around in 5 minutes. Like that level of dopamine is just hard to replicate in the real world. It really is. What was Friendtech? I wasn't around for that. Friendtech was like the first social fi that I think really popped off in the new era. 2023, August 2023. I think there was that other there's a 2017 Big Cloud or whatever. I missed that. I missed Big Cloud. But Friendtech was August 2023, and you could basically, in order to be on the platform, you had to like launch an NFT. And it was a bonding curve. So it was an NFT of yourself. It was a bonding curve to like mint, or I guess to buy. And so it was like they were pretty fucking illiquid, but they would go. And if you held somebody's key, you basically got access to their group chat. And it was like the app was like a trading feed and then a bunch of group chats. And so, like, the most expensive group chats were, like, the best traders. Like, Ansem had a super expensive chat. Hasaka had a really expensive chat. Kobe was on there. Everybody was on there. And they had this really sick system where everybody was airdrop farming points for Friendtech. But the only way to farm points was to hold keys. So, like, to get your allocation at the end of the week, you have to hold like as much as possible. And so you're like really incentivized not to sell. And so it basically was TT was dead. The market was like super illiquid and there wasn't that many things to buy. And they were really cheap relative, like market cap wise. And so the whole thing just got fucking re-rated. Like it was pretty euphoric actually. I lost a lot of money too, by the way. I probably made, I don't know, 40K on fees. I probably made $40,000 on fees, and I lost every dollar of it buying things that went to zero. Maybe a little less. My Friendtech airdrop was $1 million at the top, held to zero. That's disgusting. Also, Friendtech airdrop was so late. Like the app was already dead by the time they airdropped that, and it was still worth $1 million. It's crazy. I think I still hold my Friendtech. My Friendtech. I really do. They airdropped it so late. Like the token was so late. You made a lot on fees. I can imagine, bro. I think I made like 30K on fees or something like this. It wasn't that much. I didn't use it. I wasn't posting that much and I didn't have anything to post. I wasn't really trading at the time. Like I didn't really have much for my group. But I remember just trading keys non-stop. And there were some guys that like blew up from Friendtech. Like threadguy blew up from Friendtech. Got a job at Mega ETH. A sick job at Mega ETH. He blew it from Friendtech. That was like his shit. He was like the Friendtech guy. Like his key was like 2 ETH, bro. Just because he was like the Friendtech guy. People, yeah, there was sniper bots for new users. Like it was a wild time. All right, let's finish market close. All right, we are 39 minutes in, and I didn't even ask. You already know what I want to know. I like to get a check of the vibes on where my chat in our community is at. What are you buying? What are you selling? What do you like? What do you hate? What are you waiting to enter? What are you waiting to exit? What do you have cash on the sideline reserved for? What ticker do you think is going to go up? I'm super curious about your stock names if you're buying any, and we can get into some coins. Have you looked at Creator Capital? Does anyone have a good thread on that? Creator Capital. I would love to look at that. I saw Banks post it. I saw QWERTY posting it. Lit Bitcoin hype pump. Hype spot my denominator. Long hype, long pump, long lit, long NVDA, long BABA. Egg on hype. Long pump, Ansem, FWA, DRB, gold, VVV. Long stacks. and Bitcoin Eco. What's Bitcoin Eco? Like Bitcoin or like Bitcoin Eco? Hype BTC Mon Spot. Check Samsung Long Tau. Hype BTC long hype since 2.5 like dollars or percents ago. Long Sol, long hype, Sol, Ansem, VVV Pump, short BTC. Really? From what price? Injective. Really, man? I'm long Doge since 6. Nice. Bitcoin Pop Pawns. Long Rect. Ban the Bitcoin Eco guy. Long FWA PFP 67. I know. No majors, only Kate and Tibbert. What a portfolio. And some Triple T and Neat. That's my favorite one, I think. We heard No Man's Land with BTC needs some chop in this range to make its for alts to make its move. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we like hung out here for a little while. If we hung out like here for a little while. And then made the run at fucking 82. What a squiggle. This Bitcoin pump does not look natural at all. No, it looks like someone fucking knows something and they're terrified. Is what it looks like. What level is breakout point to 100, do you think? With my like novice TA and trend structure understanding, I think about once 82 is like the last level to hold. After 82, it's like, I mean, we could probably chop here for a while and alts go crazy again. But once we rip 82, I think that's the Ansem level. Like he was posting about it. Once you rip 82, it's like GG. It's G fucking G. I think it's at 80 to 85. I forgot offhand. I will do one more check-in on the market and we're going to move on. It feels like we're going right to 100. I just like close my eyes and feel like the mandate of heaven has just been passed along. Like I know it's not that simple, but it just feels like it's time. I don't know what to say. It feels like it just, once you see the hyperliquid Trump thing, it's like, am I closing my longs here or am I just going for it? Does Saylor have more to sell? I mean, Saylor has like $50 billion theoretically to sell, but he doesn't really need to sell anymore. He needed to sell, but Saylor has like 3 years of cash on hand at this stage. Like he doesn't need to sell anything anymore. He could, but he has like 4 years of cash. How much cash do they have? They owe 1.7 annual. Let's see. No, this is wrong, I think. I thought they had more than that. $1.5 billion. I thought they had more than that. I thought they had more than that. Is this right? Hold on. Strategy. No, cash. You know what's crazy is they're in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. They're from my hometown. It's about $5 billion now. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, it's about $5 billion. It said it. Okay. Where? On the dashboard, it said it. I'm looking at USD cash. Where does it say 5 billion? Oh. Got it. Yeah. So they have like 3 years of stretch dividends at this stage. I mean, that's like, they're good. They're completely good. By the way, I don't know if this is good or bad, but their stretch is about to be pegged again, which is wild. They're going to be buying Bitcoin again, which I don't know if we are necessarily like excited about that, but they're going to be buying Bitcoin like this. They could be buying Bitcoin this week on stretch. They could buy Bitcoin this week for MSTR. So yeah, that is something to watch. But all right, there's a lot of these TradFi CNBC guys talking about Bitcoin. I kind of want to watch one of them, see where we're at, and then I want to talk about crypto for the rest of the stream. I just want to see what their takes are.
2023 for more. Bitcoin seeing its strongest 3-day win since 2023. For more on where it's heading now, let's welcome in Bill Miller IV. Welcome back. It's good to have you back, especially as we have this tremendous rebound. What do you think it's about?
I think crypto is just coming back after summer break, Scott. There's two things behind it, really.
I don't really know this guy, Bill Miller.
AI trade is starting to lose a little bit of its luster as people become concerned around valuation and ROIs that may not be there on this huge amount of CapEx. So long-dated thinkers are shifting their focus elsewhere and now to crypto. And I think the real reason behind that shift, in addition to the concerns around valuation, are big liquidity interventions on behalf of governments.
We're really tapped into what's going on, guys. I'm not going to lie. The fact that we do this every day, we're really like
around the globe in exchange to counteract big structural issues. So if you look what happened at the end of July, Japan intervened in conjunction with the U.S. to support the yen. And then last week, you had a big announcement where Treasury said they were going to double their purchases of long-dated fixed income. And if you think about...
By the way, I agree with you that it almost feels too obvious that this is like the catalyst and we're just going to like, everyone knows, we agree on the catalyst and we like... It does almost feel too obvious.
What that represents, it's, again, policymakers trying to pretend that big structural imbalances that have been building up for long periods of time are not happening. You look at the impetus for Bitcoin, it was the global financial crisis, when policymakers locked arms and said, oh, this crazy structural stuff breaking isn't happening. So again, it's happening again. People are shifting their policies at the margin and extrapolating that, and Bitcoin investors are going, okay, where does this end? It probably ends with more intervention. So I think that's what kicked this big liquidation off last week. It was the biggest short liquidation in crypto in the past 5 years. And the fundamental case is as good as ever, Scott. If you look at the budget deficit this year in the United States at 1.8 trillion, the entire market cap of Bitcoin is smaller than the dollars that have to be invented from just this year's behavior alone. So there's a big structural demand here and a big...
Wow. This is a powerful narrative.
As good as ever, Scott. If you look at the budget deficit this year in the United States at 1.8 trillion, the entire market cap of Bitcoin is smaller than the dollars that have to be invented from just this year's behavior alone. So there's a big structural demand here and a big runway, I think, ahead of us.
Well, I mean, the national debt's been the national debt, right? I mean, you know, getting to $40 trillion may be a nice, big, new, not nice even, but you know what I'm saying about a nice, bigger, round number. But when $30 trillion is still a too big of number, and you know there were times in that stretch that Bitcoin had trouble. So why is Bitcoin and those investors just waking up now to a $40 trillion number?
Well, I think it's the change at the margin potentially of Treasury, you know, becoming more active on the monetary policy front, even though it's going to be budget neutral or they already have the funds to do it. But I think you have to zoom out, Scott, and there's a lot of volatility in Bitcoin, but the long-term structural issue remains, which is fiat governments as a whole are not all that accountable. There are more accountable ways of keeping track of capital, more transparent ways of thinking about it, and people continue to come around to that view over and over and over again.
I mean, the other thing is when you were sort of describing some of the mechanisms for the bounce, you said and you used the word, and I felt like as you said it, you were careful to use that big announcement on buyback action from the Treasury. They haven't bought a single bond yet, obviously, but what you're saying is the announcement of action alone was enough to give Bitcoin a boost, and the idea that this is only the beginning, that when action is actually...
Bro, they're in the fucking pit, man.
When words are turned into action, and then our reporting today suggesting that, you know, you could use the Treasury General account, that this is just starting.
Yeah, it's been just starting for a century or so, Scott, in terms of the overall behavior. So we're on the same page.
What about the market itself? I mean, how do you feel about the relationship between rising yields and where the market is currently trading?
You mean the Bitcoin market? And
no, the regular
yields?
stock market.
Oh, okay. So the stock market, I mean, if you go back in history, 5% is not exactly a Herculean rate of interest on capital. So, I mean, 16 or 17, 19 years ago, 30-year rates were at this level too. The economy was going really well. So I don't think that rates at this level are, scary for the...
Damn, what a fucking narrative, bro. To be pushing, really. Is it, yeah, like, is the narrative being pushed because Bitcoin, did it come first? I don't know. What's chicken, what's egg, what's not? But it feels like the stars are fucking aligning at the moment right now. It really does feel like the stars are aligning right now. And I want to talk about some on-chain stuff. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get up one more time. I am going to fill up my water. Also, what did come first? The egg, chicken, or the egg? It's got to be the egg, right? But where did it come from? I've never really thought about that, actually. Actually, you say it a lot. I've never actually thought about. I've never really thought about it, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure that I've ever really thought about it. All right, BRB.
Ain't finna argue, ain't nobody harder. Ain't finna argue with nobody daughter. You only boss it cause somebody spoiled you. You only bossed up when nobody charging. I only tilt whenever I start. Look where we at cause I know where we started. Miss me with static, you know that we brought it. It's automatic like those at the target. Told it at target, won't miss a target. With that little beam on it, won't miss a Martian. With that little beam on it, won't miss a marble. Call a little demon, he gon' hit your marble. Put up my finger and finger a goddess of Venus. I'm eating out even a garden. Ain't no more eating, now we getting leaner. Now niggas been reading, now we getting smarter. Even the odds and get even harder. Seeking these bras and need a menage. Just leaning or leading on gullible people to think that you hard is leaving me nauseous. Bitch, I really know niggas in pain. Share my vision for niggas that can't. Knew your shit wasn't legit when you gave your attention to ignorant claims. I swear to God, bitch, I might run my life with this spot. I can tell out the top he was flood. I can tell how he talk, he a fraud. And these niggas wanna die for the squad. Bet these niggas wanna die for the squad. Bet these niggas wanna die for the squad. Bet these niggas wanna die for the squad.
Yeah, put that on fin, it ain't nobody harder. Bitch, you would never, bitch, I beg your pardon. Labels get fat and these artists, they starving. I was gonna be a rich nigga regardless. Big rabbit gon' whip that brick up regardless. Known in the shop, extra drop in Dubai. But Westside K-Town, we sell rocks like the Carter. Big Lord gon' harp out that fish girl, no tartar. Yeah, I could put for bitches in a drop dunk, yeah. Seen a Lamborghini, get me.
What do y'all say about my playlist, bro? What do you do not drop the playlist? My shit is tough, bro. Thread, you mentioned TikTok. Okay, wait, Thread. What do you got for me, Thread, you mentioned yesterday you don't think hype memes will last long, but you showcased how viral Hyperliquid was on TikTok. Don't you think the primary audience of TikTok is just finding about HL would lean towards memes on the chain? No, I think memes, it's just like not made for memes. Like maybe I'm like mid curve on this. It's just like not. What's good, market maker Matt? It's just not made for memes. It's not set up for it, really. Like it's not. Like there's no reason for the memes to be on Hyperliquid, because if you think about it like this. The way everyone's trading on chain right now, you don't even know what chain the coin is on, right? Like Kate versus like Mars coin, like you don't even know what chain the coin is on. You just know about the coin. Like maybe you put some stock in it, thinking about, oh, it's a Robinhood coin, like but it doesn't really matter what chain it's on. Like if there was a really hot coin on Monad, we would just buy the Monad coin, and we would not be doing much thinking about. We'll come back to this. We would not be doing much thinking about the chain the coin is on, right? And so from that perspective, it basically takes away the allure of the coin being on hype because there's no like edge to it being on hype. There's no benefit to it being on hype. So then from that perspective, then you would just go for like best coin and like speed and whatnot. And so it's expensive. It's just not a good chain for memes. It's expensive, it's slow, and it's not. It's like why we don't do memes on Bitcoin. Like why? Why would you do memes on Bitcoin? Per was at all-time high. I think Per is a unique one because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the understanding of Per was that it's like a Jeff coin and it will be some beneficiary of airdrops and has some use case within the Hyperliquid ecosystem. Per is like a little bit unique, I think. But I would look at Bitcoin runes, which were like a complete and utter disaster. Bitcoin runes never got off the bottom at all. They didn't get off the bottom at all. I think the other thing you got to consider is like somebody's got to sell Hyperliquid to buy, especially if they're buying it on hype directly. Someone has to sell Hyperliquid to buy like your meme. And they're just not, bro. They're not doing it. They're not fucking doing it. I don't know. I'm pretty bearish on the Hyperliquid meme thing. I just like don't think it makes a lot of sense why you would want to do it there. On that note, though, Hyperliquid looks nuts. It's probably the best looking alt right now. High time frame. This is probably the best looking alt. This is probably the best looking alt. This thing looks insane too. So does this. So does this, bro. So does this. It looks insane. And we're just waiting on this. I mean, it's going to do it. BTC's going to do it. VVV looks fucking nuts, bro. What's daily on VVV? I saw this really good tweet from, I'm going to actually pull this. Pierre, who's not a big fan of me, but I'm a fan of his. Let me see if I can find it. Where he basically said, he tweeted us at like $13 VVV. He tweets, look at this. There's that token VVV where bigger brains than us normal retards and button pushers are debating equity versus token duality. But that's actually making some money somehow. It just needs to make a move up for everyone to forget about the debate again until the next local top. That is 100% happened. GG. Nice trade. By the way, I have a trader that's going to come on stream next week. He told me next week. Pierre's a grumpy Frenchman and mid trader. He's got the badge though. He's got the trader main badge, so I gotta respect him. I don't really know his lore. No, I got this like unknown trader coming on stream next week that round tripped. I think I can say this because he tweeted it. It's been tweeted. He lost 500,000 hype. Not dollars in Hyperliquid, but 500K hype, bro. And he's since in like the last week ran up like 5Ms on Hyperliquid. Ran up 5Ms. But yeah, he had 500K hype and torched all of it. I'm not gonna say who it is yet till he comes on. But he's going to come on sometime early next week. And we're starting to see these like crazy swings again. Here's another one for you. I don't know how people feel about Machi, but Zero Heads tweeted Machi. This is a crazy one. We should actually like lock in a little bit on some of these top P&Ls because there's a lot of them. He tweeted Machi last night, which was nuts. Let me see. Here it is. At one point, Machi Big Brother was liquidated until he had less than 60K in his account. Now his account balance has grown nearly 200x. Let's look at the address. How do you feel about Machi? I don't really think about him, to be honest. Let's look at Machi on Hyperdash. Yeah, I don't think about him ever. I've always enjoyed him on stream. Lorca Long is now done 17.5. I've enjoyed it. I enjoy when he used to come on stream. Holy fuck, dude. All-time P&L minus 27 mil. Yeah, you're reading that right. Wow. Which is sharp. Win rate, that, you know what's, this is what's so crazy about trading, by the way. This is what is so crazy about trading. He has an all-time P&L on this wallet of minus 27 mil and a 78% win rate. Think about that. Is this the guy that sued Zach XBT? Yeah. 78% win rate on minus 28 mil. And you know what his biggest loss? His biggest loss coin is XPL. He lost $18 million in XPL. The most cursed, miserable token ever. He lost 18 mil in 12 days on XPL. He lost 13 mil in ETH. It's just the cursed coins. Wow. In one day, he lost 1.3 mil on a pump long. That's nuts. That is nuts. But yesterday he's down 27 mil right now. Yesterday he was down 36. So he's got plus 100K on an ETH long. He's long 25x ETH on 2 mil margin, 40x long BTC on 1M margin, and 10x long hyperliquid on 1.6 margin. That's insane. Dude, he's long 21,000 ETH. He's long 600 Bitcoin, dude. 600 Bitcoin, 40x leverage. It's insane. That's a fucking monster number, dude. Also, we look good, man. Let's see what else. Who's the Flood. Let's see. God, I'm getting mogged in this P&L battle against Flood. I'm getting mogged. He's up 28K NVIDIA, short. Cash got flipped red. He's up $1 million into Bitcoin long. Damn, he's long 20x Bitcoin on a $250,000 margin. 20x is so nuts. I just, just like I say, crypto is the mandate of heaven. There's also traders that get tossed the mandate. This is a very common thing in CT. And oftentimes all you have to do is just follow the traders that have the mandate, that get the touch. Flood has the touch right now. He does. He just does. It's like a very, you kind of just like follow it for as long as they have it until it's gone. He just like has the touch. Kobe spoke of this, yeah. I mean, Ansem bottom call. You know what's funny? Ansem's got it, and so does Don Alt right now. So does Don Alt, you could argue, has it right now as well. Those three, I think. Rhino hasn't been posting that much. Rhino has not been posting that much. Basically the hot hand. Yeah, it's like the zone. Like, I don't know. You just like, you're just reading it well. Like, I don't know. Tyke as well posted a really good video. I'd recommend watching it. Donald Twitter handle ? Damn, this is real, like real plumber shit right here. But I gotta give the guy credit, man. He makes like one trade a year, and he doesn't usually miss. And I think his pick, by the way, is Monad. Donald was doing whatever they were doing, like pre-plumbing. How's Monad look? It looks pretty good, I think. Don's like Oscar Robertson is hilarious. Yeah, Monad looks pretty fucking good as well. All right. My favorite on-chain coin yesterday did the mint. It did the mint. FWA. Price action of FWA is so cursed. I don't really know why. It's like, it's starting to feel like ticker Bitcoin. on the PA side, but they did the mint, and dude, it got me pretty fired up. Okay, it's at 27 mil. It went to like 40, and then came back down. It's kind of just like ranging. I think there was 200 NFTs in the mint. They basically threw them into the pool. I don't know exactly how it worked. Not everybody had access. But FWA did they did like 350K in revenue yesterday, and they hit an ATH in spins, which is fucking nuts, man. Let's go like kind of like 1 day revenue. I'll do 7 days, I guess. Oh, here. 1 day revenue. Fake world assets. They did more revenue than Aerodrome, Jupiter, Collector Crypt, PancakeSwap, Lighter, MetaMask, Aave, Pawns. They did triple Pawns. Thanks for the raid, brother. They did triple Pawns as revenue. Oh, here. Scroll down to fee flow over time and switch it from hourly to daily. Well, look at this. Spins. Okay, watch this. Yesterday, daily. It wasn't quite all-time high. They did 14,000 spins yesterday. Peak spins in a day was 16,000. So they basically did ATH spins. What is VVV just like legging right now? Or like since we just looked at it 30 seconds ago? No, it's not. They did basically ATH in spins yesterday, brother. And it was the first NFT collection that they've put on it. And, you know, I think the mechanism is actually really fucking good. Because you think about the way it works, it's actually the most fair launch mechanism that you could enact. Like, it is the most fair launch you could possibly do. Throw the NFTs in the spins. People have to participate. Spend to earn, basically. I just like it. Like, if we're running NFTs again, it is going to play out so beautifully. I also would imagine that this first collection, every future one will give some, like, like, they'll put them on, like, the allow list or whatever to mint. But regardless, this is how the mint went. They're fucking expensive. And somebody bought the threadguy one. The 3.2 ETH, 3.25, and they're selling. Like, one sold 2 hours ago for 3.25. Another one 5 hours ago for 3.6. 3. The Kevin one sold for 3. One sold for 4. One sold for 3. One sold for 6 with mine. Somebody bought mine for 6 fucking ETH. 2x the floor. It did not hit me up about it. They paid double the floor for me, bro. It didn't hit me up about it. Why did they buy it for 6 ETH? 6 ETH. Look at, I mean, there's this thing is on volume, bro. It's on 135 ETH volume. Cheapest sales 3 ETH. It's pretty impressive, really. Here's the whiff one. Anson, you should go buy the whiff one, brother. Wait, how do you get the plushie? I don't know. Is there a plushie? I think it's a pretty good collection. I really do. Max supply of 111. These are the FWA NFTs, yeah. And so the way that it worked is they threw them into the pool. This is Adam's collection by TokenWorks. They put them into the pool. You basically had to spin to get like a small percentage chance to rip one of these. And FWA basically did all-time highs in spins yesterday for this NFT collection. And so that sort of opened my mind, like, okay, cool. Makes sense. I see how this could get kind of crazy. Beeple wants to do a collection. Xcopy wants to do a collection. Like, I see. Wow. VVV. I see how this could get kind of crazy. Look at the fee flow. %54% take FWA after a spin. Seriously? Is that all time or that is just right now? Okay, now it's much less. But still like 10% take FWA is crazy. Fee flow. Fee flow. Fee flow over time. Whoa. Wow. 1,000 is that ETH? 1,000 ETH in fees to depositors. 133 to buybacks, 133 to protocol. It's pretty gross. It's pretty fucking gross. So I don't know. Dude, it's like PA of this thing is so cursed. But 1,000 ETH in yield is insane. ATH and pulls this much later on like a mechanism like this feels kind of insane. And so I don't know. I don't know. I like the coin. I don't know what to say. Also, look at this. I just got tagged in a tweet. Double down on light at not threadguy from Diligent Plane. 1,600 shares, $1.3 million. Average cost $789. 1.6 mil. Jesus, that's a significant amount of his. Wow. Holy. Damn, it's just gonna go for it like right now. VVV. I want to see light though. He bought 789. Wow, nice. You bought 789. How? He bought Pico basically. What is VVV? It's like it's kind of like an open router for AI. It lets you use private models. Venice.ai. It lets you use like private AI models that don't store your data. It doesn't have like the Frontier, from my understanding. I don't think it has Frontier. Like it doesn't have like Fable yet, but it has like, oh, it does. Okay, it does. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. They do like 100 mil ARR. It's a kind of a monster. They have this weird token equity like split situation going on, but here you go.
The sleeper AI infrastructure play on chain. Is VVV the sleeper AI infrastructure play?
Have we looked into Flock, like Flock cameras? Of course.
On chain.
VVV is a sleeper like consumer app play on chain. I think VVV is one of the sleeper plays in crypto. They're like 4 million users right now. I think they just hit like 100 million annualized revenue. Yeah, but VVV is one of the applications that has found breakout success and consumer success, which is extremely hard to do. With a domain of customers that aren't even really crypto native customers, which is awesome. And I think the narrative for them as like uncensored AI is so great generally going forward. I think for the same reason that Bitcoin made a ton of sense.
Bro, we're in the Flock era right now. You understand? We are in the fucking Flock camera era. It's why Zcash is going to thousands.
Like uncensored money that nobody can get access to. You can store however you want, the same way that you should have like uncensored access to AI, especially if AI is going to continue to get a lot more impressive over the years. You're not going to want to be dependent on these like centralized companies.
That talked about it on the first show around here, around $8. It's at $14 now. You think it's still a trade?
Wow, 14. So what, 18.9 right now? 18.5.
Great trade. I mean, it's consolidated for the past few months. Like it was a really strong leader this year. It went from $1 to $20. We first mentioned it around $8, and it's kind of been consolidating for the past few months. And now it's starting, I think, to trend up again. They just had
and some Got the touch. Pause.
The recent round, which they did at $1 billion valuation, but their numbers are fucking through the roof. They're crushing it. And I think it's rare that a crypto app is crushing it outside of crypto and also has a token attached to it. And the team is focused on delivering value to the token as well. So yeah, I like Venice a lot. There's not really much that they're.
Yeah, they don't really compete with anything. You know, it's like the only thing they compete with is Open Router, bro, which is sold for $7 billion to Stripe, right? That's dude, chill with the baton shit. Just buy fucking Pump Fun. You see Wintermute's short list? Yeah, let me see. No, I didn't see that. Where is it? They're short $70 million of Bitcoin. Seriously? Is that in here? Yeah, they're not directional, right? That feels like the exception of the actual catalyst. Searching to the 8-year highs, Grayscale filed to converge trust. There's nothing I can do about the fake lives, I'm not gonna lie. 8-year Grayscale filed to convert its trust into a spot ETF under Zcash with trading set for 25 August to futures turnover at multiples of open interest. Says that rallies derivatives carry the SEC published its regulation crypto post on Monday. Trump urged Congress to pass the Clarity Act, which is not going to happen. Floated sizable U.S. Bitcoin purchases, sort of, and revealed regulators are exploring a compliant route for Hyperliquid on Wednesday, the week closed with a White House meeting between regulators and industry, which is why hype outran the majors looks at the broader breadth. Our take. The trigger we set last week fired with margin, so we turned constructive, and the flows now have to outlive the squeeze. Last week, we said we would turn constructive on a stabilization of ETF flows alongside a hold of the range floor, and this week delivered both conditions emphatically. So $2.6 billion entered the wrappers, while the floor is never tested because the ceiling gave way first. We honor the call and turn constructive. Shorts made up 92% of liquidations. What are the wrappers? We would turn cautious here if a negative Bitcoin ETF flow week arrives while the price closes back inside the old range below 67K. Because that combination says the advance was leveraged and the structural bid never came. Yeah, it seems fair. Warsh now speaks into a market that rallied on liquidity hopes in the same week its inflation inputs got worse since the tariffs and the oil bid from above both land in the prints he has no answer for. Markets have heard nothing from him since July 29th. It's crazy. I'll do it. Sync blur. Sorry, buddy. And having stripped guidance from every statement since taking the chair, Jackson Hole is the one venue left where saying nothing itself is a message. In a market this stretch will trade whichever message it gets. Damn. So this is really going to be Friday is really going to be fucking nuts. Kyle's here on NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. The Q2 GDP second estimate. I don't know anything about that. July core PCE on Wednesday. I don't know anything about that. Then Warsh's Jackson Hole keynote on Friday, August 28th. Under a payments and innovation theme before the buybacks began September 9th. The Clarity Closer vote on 15th September and the FOMC on 16th December. Written by Jasper de Mayer, Wintermute Trader. Wow, we're going to see.
APP 有一个小 bug， 因为有人太多，就我不能大声说话。我大概是
Powell had a famous Jackson Hole meeting one year. I don't really know about it. Powell, famous Jackson Hole. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's most famous Jackson Hole speech occurred on August 26, 2022, when he delivered a remarkably brief. Wait, is it like crazy?
The opportunity to speak here today. At past Jackson Hole conferences, I have discussed broad topics, such as the ever-changing structure of the economy and the challenges of conducting monetary policy under high uncertainty. Today, my remarks will be shorter, my focus narrower.
I don't want to watch this. I do want to watch the summary, though. Hold on. Wait, what? Say $170 million. All times perps P&L. I thought this was like a delta neutral thing. This is $170 million P&L. On Wintermute is that is as wow. I've never seen this before. That is fucking unbelievable. Anyways, August Princeton High Vol. Yeah, it makes sense. August 26, 2022. He delivered a remarkably brief and blunt warning the Fed would keep raising interest rates to crush high inflation, expectedly pushing back against market hopes for an early pivot. An address lasting less than 9 minutes. He stated that price stability would take time and bring some pain to households and businesses. Damn. Wall Street anticipated a softer stance, so Powell direct hawkish tone caused a sharp stock market sell-off and erased trillions in market value. How bad? And SPY. DRAM, by the way, we're still green on stocks. Not by that much, though. SPX only up 0.14 now. It was the beginning of the bear market. It was August. What was it? August 26, 2022. SPX. August 26, 2022. Oh, check Bitcoin. That's actually probably a better chart. I mean, Bitcoin was already kind of fucked at this stage. We were already down terrible. It was this line right here. It was this. It went from like 23K to last leg 15. I mean, that was the bottom. I mean, that was like the bottom. Really. What about SPY? I can't believe I have a pith chart on this. It's like so shameful. Yeah, that kind of gave you a nasty. It bottomed it though. Like it went down 17% and then it bottomed. But that is fairly nasty. I cannot lie. What's good, Clayboy? Good to see you, bro. Anyways, I think this looks good. We'll see what happens here with BTC. Anyways, Anthropic has some problems right now. Speaking of losing the mandate of heaven, there's this headline that came out. I don't know how like clickbaity this is, like what exactly the goal is with this. Allegedly, they've always done this. But Anthropic is asking prospective employees in culture interviews how they would feel if the stock hypothetically went to zero due to a significant change of course. I don't know who leaked that shit, but it feels like they've just lost it, brother. The stock went to zero. Dario in a January 2026 blog post. All of Anthropic's co-founders have pledged to donate 80% of our wealth, and Anthropic staff have individually pledged to donate company shares worth billions at current prices. Donations the company is committed to matching. It helps to create economic opportunity in the developed world. All of Anthropic's co-founders have pledged to donate 80% of it. I heard about this in the All-In podcast, by the way, for the first time yesterday. Is that there is this like trust somewhere of Anthropic stock that's worth like I don't even know, $100 billion more, hundreds of billions of dollars. And there's trust. How much is in this account? No. Dario alone is 40B. No. EA account, I guess. $27 to $76 billion. And effective altruism aligned. That is insane. What are they gonna do with it? That is a number that is so fucking gross. It's hard to even comprehend. But they've all the founders of Anthropic have put money in this trust to do what with? I don't entirely know. I really don't know. Wait, what is this? Grindr CEO, why stop using Claude? That's 1,000 kimchis.
Pretty controversial, but I view Claude as crack that I want to get off. I want the company off.
Why?
I was outrageously taken back by the choices that they made about working with the DoD.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that as a gay man that enjoys every freedom that a human being can now enjoy, that is only possible because America is what America is. And part of that is that we elect people to be in office, and those people get to make decisions about how to protect us. And
do you have to be gay to be the CEO of Grindr? Is that a non-starter? Like theoretically, you don't like have to be straight to be the CEO of Tinder. Right? Like, no, I mean, I'm serious. It's like, you don't have to be straight to be the CEO of Hinge.
And I might not like who is making the decision today, but I like some other people who make those decisions, and I am fortunate enough to be able to vote on who is in that place, and so does everybody else in this country. And a private company doesn't get to decide how we secure ourselves. And so the idea that we don't trust our leaders enough to make those decisions is totally contrary to the foundations of our system, which in effect I view as a declaration of war. And I might not like who is making the decision today, but I like some other people who make those decisions, and I am fortunate enough to be able to vote on who is in that place, and so does everybody else in this country. And a private company doesn't get to decide how we secure ourselves. And so the idea that we don't trust our leaders enough to make those decisions is totally contrary to the foundations of our system.
This was the moment, actually, that Anthropic lost the mandate, I think, when they told Pete Hegseth to go fuck themselves.
Which in effect I view as a declaration of war on those systems. And I think this is by far the greatest thing that's ever happened to mankind, meaning America. And I just had a very revolting reaction to that. And I think as a gay business that in particular benefits from and should be appreciative of the freedoms that we are afforded in this country, it is doubly problematic.
Yeah, I mean, he is dragging it a little bit, but. And then this announcement came out today, which is a little bit interesting, which is Anthropic sends SF staff home over security strike concerns. Anthropic told employees to work from home Monday and Tuesday after receiving a notice that security workers could potentially strike. However, the SEIU union representatives workers said no strike had been called or threatened. Security staff are negotiating for higher wages, better healthcare, and improved training. The move comes as security concerns rise across the AI industry with major companies. The story is that Anthropic pays their like building and like staff security like literally nothing. Like $1 over minimum wage, 10% over minimum wage. And they have $50 billion in this effective altruism trust just sitting there doing like to be like donated or whatever. It's kind of crazy. Also, there's this just came out. Speaking of stocks, I know we're not covering a bunch of stocks right now, but well, it looks good. Stoic Savage. They're saying that, let me see, OpenAI. You always short EA. They're saying that this new Broadcom Jalapeno chip outperformed NVIDIA GB300 throughput per watt and response latency testing. Chip is designed specifically for inference, not model training. It runs around 700 watts. They're saying it's fucking insane. I just read like 4 posts about it. It's better than NVIDIA's Blackwell. More details from Semi-Analysis. The Jalapeno chip is not nearly optimized for OpenAI models. It's general purpose inference ASIC. Chip was designed from scratch. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. This could be a big deal. On a positive for like, let's see, Broadcom go up for this? No, why not? Feels like it could be a big sentiment deal. Yeah, I agree with you, DNAP. I absolutely agree with you on that. We'll see how that plays out. I also did this video for my intro. I wanted to watch. Sorry, we're kind of slopping it up now, but
you actually have another opportunity because the market is going to continue to come down. Like I keep on saying, we have another massive leg down coming in the next few months. And of course, I'm going to continue to short it. You missed the last opportunity to short the massive drop with me. Don't miss this opportunity. I'm going to continue to short the market because lower lows are coming. Short with me. If you're holding crypto, stop what you're doing.
Short with me is crazy.
Because you're going to want to hear this. Crypto is not going to recover in 2026. Yep. I don't think it's going to recover in 2026. You might be wondering, what does she know? Well, I actually accurately predicted the top of the cycle at the end of 2025. So I do believe a range of anywhere between $40,000 to
this is like some real hater shit.
$55,000 is a fantastic bottom and a great place to start buying Bitcoin. Okay, so it's come to my attention that some of you just don't understand how a bear market works. But am I buying yet? No, because I think that lower lows are coming. Okay, so even if Bitcoin...
This is some real hater shit, dude. This is like generational hating. This is like next level hating at a level I don't even know if I have in my bag.
Pumps to $70,000. You still know that I'm still the biggest bear right now. Like, I really don't think that we're so back. I think lower lows are still coming. I have said for over a year that lower lows are coming. Okay, so I know everyone is in absolute shock because I haven't started rebuying Bitcoin yet. I will, but I'm waiting.
Yeah. I mean, look, I respect anyone that... I mean this so seriously when I say this. I respect anyone that puts their trades in public. Like, I genuinely do. But I will say, if she starts twapping BTC, it's not going to be the greatest sign. It's just not. Like, you're not going to be like... Oh, look at this. Druckenmiller commented on the AI. Billionaire Stanley Druckenmiller tells me, of course he used AI to write op-ed on Besant and bond market. There's a reason I moved from an English major to being an economics major. He says, I'm not embarrassed by it. That's pretty hard. That's tough. I'm not going to lie. I fuck with that. I I fuck with that. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with that. I can't even lie. I can't even lie. Respect. Respect. I fuck with that. And I'm a billionaire. I actually fuck with this. I fuck with that heavy. All right. Where are we going to conclude today on the market? Where are we going to conclude on the market? What does Cerebras do on that Broadcom announcement? Is it dump? CBRS, yeah, it does. Does it dump directly on it? Yeah, it does. It does. Not crazy, but it does. I mean, 4% in a straight line. It does. They're not great at naming stuff. Jalapeno is like, it's crazy. All right, we're basically going to end the day. Bitcoin, I think, looking pretty good. Read the Braun thing. LeBron James reportedly borrowed $300 million from a pair of Midwestern life insurers arranged by Guggenheim when he signed a $154 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018. The bonds are due in 2049 and were structured to provide immediate cash to James. The bonds are backed by a stream of future revenue tied to his earnings outside of basketball. Lee Bonds is hilarious. I'm just going to steal that, dude. I'm going to get top comment too. That's so good. What? Okay, so just like to unlock cash. Can you speculate on Lily Bonds? I mean, those are probably better guaranteed than U.S. Treasuries. Lily Bonds. You know he's good for it. That's crazy. Anyways, where we're at, Bitcoin 79.3. Does Bassett know about this? Does the Treasury know about this? Bitcoin 79.3. I think it looks great. Really. What's good, J-Dogs? ETH, whatever. Pump, whatever. Everything kind of whatever. Alt-wise, except for VVV. That's a complete ripper right now. What does it take to break 84? I don't know. Majors, DRAM is kind of losing it. It's super weak. 2.7. Bags are flat. IGV's gone red. Sox was now only up 3. The SPY is still up 0.15. Q's up 0.4. Now it's like a 0.3. It was up 1% at one stage. Not great. Neoclouds and photonics are strong. And then oil is pretty weak as well. Nothing super notable there. I did skip hype. Thank you. Rectal Glizzy, which would put Hyperliquid at 81. It makes per up 7.5% on the day. Also Hood, let's check. Wow, Hood is up 6. Hood is up 6. 110. Crypto stocks. Coinbase is up 3.5. Nice. And Circle, which I think I passed, is up 3.5 as well. What do you think about Tau? I don't really. I mean, I think we're basically just waiting. Bitcoin rip 82. All of these alts go crazy. Pump ATH, Hype 100, VVV ATH, Gcash 1500. And then we're setting up for what would be like quite literally the craziest on-chain bull market that's ever happened if we get there. Like, I kind of like this take of this is good. Base 16Z, I guess that was slightly euphoric. I kind of like this take of the 24-25 bull market was not a real bull market. It was sort of this like pulling liquidity forward from the DATs and from Trump admin, and none of it was like really real. And it's setting us up now for the real, like, yeah, distribution, if you will. Setting up now for the real. I don't know. I'm an on-chain ready to get euphoric if I ever have been. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. Tomorrow we have NVIDIA earnings. And I'm going to try to get us on a trader that we like at least tomorrow or Thursday. Next week, we are going to have, feels like a good week for solo, but next week we're going to have, this is diabolical, an Oreo chicken burger. We're running out of sentences and ideas. That is disgusting, bro. That is disgusting. But we have, that's disgusting. That's horrifying. That is what China wants us to be doing. Okay, NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. Jackson Hole on Friday. Will Clemente next week. Talk about Bitcoin and macro. The hype trader, the hyperliquid guy, imminent. And then whoever else we decide, Sunrun, maybe a Cordy, I don't know. Whoever else we decide is fucking lit that we want to get on, we will get on. But no, not Clemente. Not Clemente. Will Clemente, bro. Will Clemente. Not Clemente. This guy. He's good. Bro freaked out. He's like, no. How is Clemente? I haven't seen a Clemente video in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I've been meeting bro. I've been meeting bro frequently because
Frank D Gods bought a bunch of this meme coin Kate to try to lure copy. Everyone's freaking out this morning because apparently Frank D Gods bought a bunch of this meme coin Kate to try to lure copy traders in before he dumped his entire bag, and they're up in arms about it, about Frank rinsing his copy trader. Look, my question for the copy traders is what's the point of copy trading Frank if you know he's going to dump on you? Oh, Frank has motion. He's going to tweet about my coin. He's going to mention the Telegram alpha chat.
The Frank listing, brother. Come on now, son.
I was saying.
Okay. Probably should have sold there. That was probably... Will Clemente is really falling off. Brother, Will Clemente came out of retirement 3 weeks ago and said, I'm buying Bitcoin for the first time in like 3 years with a dissertation as to why he's doing it. And binked. Ah! Leaving! Pawns chart, fine. Oh shit. Yeah, that was worth it. Oh my god. Robinhood Eco. Where's Cash Cat? Whoa. Can you get Druckenmiller on? I wish, dude. That is a hard one. That is a fucking hard one, dude. ClickHouse surpassed 350 million annual revenue, up 40% since May. What is ClickHouse? What is ClickHouse? Oh, owned by Nebius. Nebius is 25% of it. Nice. Chill House typo. You know, I saw somebody posted in the TL that they think Chill House NFTs are gonna be the milady of this cycle. And I'm the #1 holder of Lil Chillers. Did you know about this? Did anyone know this? I'm the #1 holder. I think somebody, like, some retard came in and bought one more than me. But I'm the #1 holder of Lil Chillers, like, for 3 years. Long-term cap gains on these fucking things. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. I'm live every morning at 8:30 a.m. EST. All market coverage, crypto, stocks, bonds, macro, TradFi, ETFs, whatever's hot. We are talking about it on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. Twitch.tv/threadguy. I'm here every day. This is what I do. I'm going to try to get more than 6 hours of sleep tomorrow. But the market was euphoric. Bitcoin was 81K. What was I supposed to do? Not watch the 81K break? You have to. It's like you got to watch every level break from this point on. You've got to watch. On that note, I yield my time.